Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. To achieve the possible, we must attempt the impossible again and again. Knowledge can be communicated, but not wisdom. You can find it, live it. Love your suffering. Do not resist it. Do not flee from it. It is only your aversion to it that hurts, nothing else. Faith and doubt go hand in hand. They are complementaries. One who never doubts will never truly believe. Maturity begins when one lives for others. Theory is knowledge that doesn't work. Practice is when everything works and you don't know why. When you like someone, you like them in spite of their faults. When you love someone, you love them with their faults. Loneliness is the way by which destiny endeavors to lead man to himself. Only the thoughts that we live have value. A house without love is a poor house, even if beautiful rugs are covering its floors, and precious wallpapers and pictures cover its walls. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. Happiness is a how, not a what, a talent, not an object. The true profession of a man is to find his way to himself. Solitude is independence. People with courage and character always seem sinister to the rest. Opinions mean nothing. They may be beautiful or ugly, clever or foolish. Anyone can embrace or reject them. Everything becomes a little different as soon as it is spoken out loud. The deity is within you, not in ideas and books. Truth is lived, not taught. In every truth, the opposite is equally true. A truth can only be expressed and enveloped in words if it is one-sided. A higher humor begins with ceasing to take oneself seriously. Each man's life represents a road towards himself, an attempt at such a road, the intimation of a path. No man has ever been entirely and completely himself. Seriousness is an accident of time. It consists of putting too high a value on time. In eternity, there is no time. Eternity is a moment just long enough for a joke. Everyone can reach his goal if he can think, dream, and wait. You must find your dream, no matter how old you may be. Then the way becomes easy. Chaos demands to be recognized and experienced before letting itself be converted into new order. One never reaches home, but wherever friendly paths intersect, the whole world looks like home for a time. If we can make a person happier and more cheerful, we should do it anyway, whether he asks us or not. Study from yourself. Be your own teacher and your own student. What many people call passion is not spiritual force, but friction between the soul and the outside world. Those who cannot think or take responsibility for themselves need and clamor for a leader. You should not make a gift for yourself. You are too expensive. You must be one. We can understand one another, but each of us can only interpret ourselves. Seeking means to have a goal, but finding means to be free, to be receptive, to have no goal. Every politician in the world is all for revolution, reason, and disarmament, but only in enemy countries, not in his own. It is not our purpose to become each other. It is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is. No one marries for the sake of having children. However, when a person has children, they will force him to change, and in the end, he will see that everything was done only for them. Lack of friends is a sign that a man has many hobbies as well as time. Those who are too lazy and comfortable to think for themselves and be their own judges obey the laws. Others sense their own laws within them. Words do not express thoughts very well. They always become a little different immediately after they are expressed, a little distorted, a little foolish. Within you there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves does not disturb us. The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Whoever will be born must destroy a world. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. I have begun to listen to the teaching my blood whispers to me. We have to stumble through so much dirt and humbug before we reach home, and we have no one to guide us. Our only guide is our homesickness. The bourgeois prefers comfort to pleasure, convenience to liberty, and a pleasant temperature to the deathly inner consuming fire. When dealing with the insane, the best method is to pretend to be sane. There is no reality except the one contained within us. That is why so many people live such an unreal life. They take the images outside them for reality and never allow the world within to assert itself. I have always believed, and I still believe, that whatever good or bad fortune may come our way, we can always give it meaning and transform it into something of value. We must become so alone, so utterly alone, that we withdraw into our innermost self. It is a way of bitter suffering. But then our solitude is overcome. We are no longer alone, for we find that our innermost self is the Spirit, that it is God, the indivisible. The call of death is a call of love. Death can be sweet if we answer it in the affirmative, if we accept it as one of the great eternal forms of life and transformation. Wisdom is not communicable. The wisdom which a wise man tries to communicate always sounds foolish. What could I say to you that would be of value, except that perhaps you seek too much, that as a result of your seeking you cannot find? Trees are sanctuaries. Whoever knows how to speak to them, whoever knows how to listen to them, can learn the truth. Eternity is a mere moment, just long enough for a joke. If I know what love is, it is because of you. I live in my dreams, that's what you sense. Other people live in dreams, but not in their own. That's the difference. The call of life is the call of love, at least for me. To hear and obey this call is the first and only duty of a man who has achieved life. You know quite well, deep within you, that there is only a single magic, a single power, a single salvation, and that is called loving. The world is not imperfect or slowly evolving along a long path to perfection. No, it is perfect at every moment. I wanted only to try to live in accord with the promptings which came from my true self. Why was that so very difficult? He who does not think much of himself is much more than he thinks. I wanted only to try to live in accord with the promptings which came from my true self. Why was that so very difficult? Everyone gives what he has. The soldier gives strength, the merchant goods, the teacher instruction, the farmer rice, the fisherman fish. In Germany, people will submit to oppression and servile discipline in the hope of security, but the love of freedom is too deeply embedded in the Anglo-Saxon character to stand that. Every man is more than just himself. He also represents the unique, the very special and always significant and remarkable point at which the world's phenomena intersect, only once in this way and never again. I call that man idle who is not doing something with his idleness. Learn what is to be taken seriously and laugh at the rest. The marvel of the Bhagavad Gita is its truly beautiful revelation of life's wisdom, which enables philosophy to blossom into religion. The river has taught me to listen. You will learn from it too. The river knows everything. One can learn everything from it.